It's Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. It's always I have the ladies with me. Obiajulu Ugbo in the building. Our Singaporean tourist.
Yes, so
I was Singapore.
I just came back.
Just got back.
Just came back.
How you doing?
Fine. Singapore was very beautiful. I had an amazing time. And what was quite interesting to me was the fact that the government controlled everything. You know, here we always say government has no business in doing business, but the government makes sure that the gap between the poor and the rich is very minimal. You hardly even see it. And everywhere is so beautiful. They control the buildings, the businesses, just to ensure that everybody gets that form of basics. And I had a very interesting conversation with the taxi driver who took us.
They're the best people to talk to. Taxi drivers in any country.
He was
They're
like,
always the best.
He loves his country. He was born in Singapore. He does everything in Singapore. I think they have about 80% Chinese people there. And he said he can go on vacation to other countries 3 times a year from his salary as a taxi man. That one just popped my head. You know, but the places were beautiful. Their food was so good. Japanese food, Korean food, Italian food. It was good. I had fun. Good.
At least you didn't add any weight like me. I mean,
No. We're trekking now. There's no Okada.
There's no Okada.
You will trek and trek. We trek abroad. It's just here we complain we don't want to trek. But we trek abroad. So you can't add weight. It's not possible.
Alaja, Nima Akasha Zibiri. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Are you going for a party? It's not you're wearing lace like me.
No, this dress was given to me by BC after the video. For Mr. Brown's Christmas.
Nice.
So she looked at it and thought it was a Muslim girl dress. So I had my tailor just cut it so that the length would not show, but they did not cut it, so it's still sweeping the ground.
But you're supposed to wear heels now. Then you wear your heel too.
The day I went to wear heels.
Well, how are you doing now?
My uncle passed, my father's stepbrother. He's been a bit ill for a while. And I felt the whole family shake. You know, my mom, Thierry, I went to see her yesterday. And it was a bit of reflection. You know, times come when let's enjoy life when we are together. Because the time will come when everybody will pass. I was talking to my kids about it and they were like, Mommy, don't worry. Your mommy will never die. I said, no, she will. But they just pray that it's at a time when, you know, we're not so, we won't be so touched or we're more mature and be able to handle it. You know, but even your mommy will die. And my son was like,
you told my child, hey,
they don't like to hear that.
That's the reality. Once you're born, that's the most certain thing about life.
We know. You
know, it will be, but, you know, we're just praying for more time. That's all.
Well, I'm dressed like a party too because I'm going for a party. Mrs. Okorafo, she's a director, Becca at Lagos State Subeb, and today is going to be a retirement party. She just completed her tenure. And so she invited me. She says white gele on blue, but see, I'm not tying gele. It's a weekday. You don't have to respect Mondays.
Party.
That's Monday through Wednesday. You have to respect those days. Those are work days, you know. So I'm going to them. But yeah, retirement. That's Lagos for you.
As in, we have party.
Wake up party, go and sleep party, afternoon party, retirement party.
A cool Joko party.
A cool Joko party. We got it, man. It's all here. So I'm going after the show to celebrate with her and her family as she retires today. Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Buhari, we have done well with available resources Sukumamu is a terror financier, DSS tells court. Flutterwave gets CBN switching processing permit. My plan for Nigerians by Atiku at LCCI's forum. North governors, monarchs call for state police. Makinde, Bolarumi clash over Atiku. And lady offers to donate kidney to Ikuremadu's daughter. Okay, let me start with the major headlines. So President Muhammad Buhari was in Imo State yesterday, and he highlighted his administration's achievements despite the dwindling resources, because he was comparing the amount of revenue we got from dollar during the previous administration compared to what he got, and he was able to build infrastructure. According to him, the rail was comatose, roads when the infrastructure was poor, and they've been able to invest money to build infrastructure and to even battle its insurgency. According to him, his administration has done extremely well, and they have to, and they must, he was saying this at the inauguration in Imo State. Let me tell you what the Indigbo, in response to his celebration, said that they are committed to the Nigerian project and they will support the administration and they will ensure that there's justice. And as long as there's equity and intervention and on the part of their requirements, that they are definitely pledging their support for Indigbo. So not just Indigbo, Haneze Indigbo was there. Other society groups within the southeast also showed up to support the president in his commissioning of some roads in Imo State. I think it was the 36-kilometer dual Oweri Olu and the first phase of the 53 kilometers dual Oweri Okigwe roads that he went to inaugurate.
Okay, so I wanted to take Mamu's case. The DSS yesterday filed an affidavit along to support a petition a motion they were bringing before the court to further detain him for another 60 days. And this affidavit sworn to by an official of DSS, Hamza Bandogari, says that Mamu is a financier of terror, international and local, and that he was on his way to meet with commanders and top leaders of terrorist organizations across the country when he said he was going for the Lesser Hajj in Saudi Arabia. And they are begging the court to further hold him against his so-claimed human rights for further investigations based on this. It is sad, they said that the search that they had to carry out in his office further proved that, they got more documents to attest to this, and that's what they are claiming. On his side, the people are claiming that he's being picked up. Gumi has said that no, he's not a terrorist, that the terror group is the DSS and all of that. But if the DSS can establish this, it will really relieve a lot of Nigerians, because we've been wondering why these terror groups have so much audacity. If you're a negotiator between the terror groups, why were you handpicked to be a negotiator? This is supposed to be a criminal group. So I hope that they can establish. I don't want them to just give us a Kenya and later.
Quite a lot of
money
with different currencies, different ATMs, different passports in his building. Okay, so Africa's leading payments technology company, Flutterwave, announced that they've been granted a switching and processing license by the Central Bank of Nigeria, which is for them to be able to access their payments. And with this license, they are now able to carry out transactions between banks, fintechs, and other financial institutions, and they are also able to process card transactions, participate in agency and banking, and offer various payment services without their usual intermediaries that they go through. So this is a very big one for Flutterwave. A lot of us that do business, we use Flutterwave, and it's high time that we get cards where we can transact, whether you are in the country or outside the country.
Also,
it's a good one.
The nation, the Chief of Army Staff, while addressing the third quarter conference, Chief of Army Staff third quarter conference in 2022 in Abuja, he was talking about how the army is also tracking financiers of terror groups. And, he used this opportunity to talk about how not just tracking, they're also preparing to provide the necessary support for successful general elections next year.
Right. That
the army is doing their part. He commended all the various code names, they have the Adin, Kai, Adin, all of them, commended them for job well done in combing areas where terrorists are gathering, and also talked about,
Okay, let's move on quickly to the Punch. Atiku Okwa rubbish APC over the Muslim ticket economy. Strike, mortuary stranded as students block Lagos-Ibadan expressway. Ogun kinship tussle claims 3 lives, houses burnt. Police gets 431 petitions over corpse misconduct. Senate begins probe Begins oil theft probe in Niger Delta. My life under threat over Queen Elizabeth's tweet, says Professor. Tinubu healthy, APC tells Obi, decries defections. Angola, Libya overtake Nigeria in crude production, says OPEC. VP slot, Okowa most qualified, IU tells critics. Okay, I was going to start with Professor Ujuanya, who has said that her life is under threat. If you recall, she's a professor of second language acquisition at the Department of Modern Languages, Carnegie Mellon University at the United States, and she had tweeted on Tuesday saying that, I heard the chief monarch of a thieving, raping, genocidal empire is finally dying. May her pain be excruciating. Of course, that was highly critical globally, and Twitter pulled down her tweet saying that it was violating the Twitter rules, and even Jeff Bezos also responded, which has said that his response caused lots of people to threaten her and threaten to harm her. She has also said that her life has been threatened since, and she was also specifically saying that there's a Facebook page that was created on her bio saying that she's a member of IPOB, but she has links to IPOB, that she does not operate a Facebook page. She has never done that in many years, and that was made, somebody put that up and then it made she use her for political gains. That's not her, and she was granted this interview to Punch exclusively, insisting that someone online, some blogs have just tried to use her name to push an agenda which is not part of. And I don't know if she'll be willing to sue Twitter for what they did, but I don't think she has a case.
She was reinstated on Twitter yesterday.
She was reinstated yesterday. Oh,
she
good.
had a tweet saying she's back and all of that. But the police, the Minister for Police Affairs, my Gary Dingyadi, was talking about the complaints. He said the police have received over about 431 complaints, and over 304 of those complaints have been resolved, and 81 punishments have been awarded to the erring officers. And he was giving this briefing just as against, the usual reports recently, where he was talking about the conduct of police officers. So this is, of course, a resolve. Should be a resort. Complaints and petitions should be a resort to Nigerians rather than fighting police officers publicly, which we've been seeing. And as against the IG's directive that anybody caught assaulting the police officer should be made to face the law.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth... Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Yes, BC had a story.
Yes, so about 3 persons have reportedly lost their lives during the violence of who will ascend the kingship stool in Agosasa community in the Bauchi local government area of Ogun State. They said the throne became vacant following the death of the Oja of Agosasa, Oba James Elegbede, sometime in February. And after his death, people started fighting over who was going to become the next Oba. And the clash started on Sunday. So it seemed like a particular politician was trying to install a chief, and then the youths were not happy with that. And so they went out into the streets, and before they realized what was happening, said about 3 persons died, 5 other people were injured. The police came in, the soldiers came in, they were able to quell whatever was going on that Sunday. But on Monday again, they started, and 2 persons again lost their lives. The police PRO has confirmed the story, saying that they are trying as much as possible to put a lot of police and military presence. People are running away from the town. It's like a ghost town right now. People are scared to come out and do their businesses. And he was advising that instead of, fighting to install somebody, they should take it up legally. Let's really know who is supposed to be the next Oba of the town.
So Mr. Bayo Onanuga, who is the Director of Media and Publicity for the APC Presidential Council, has responded to Peter Obi's speech. It was on Monday or Tuesday where he was suggesting or saying that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was unfit to rule. And Mr. Onanuga specifically said that we want to make it crystal clear to all trade users of the APC candidate that he is not ill. He said that he's hale and hearty, a man who works 20 hours a day, meeting people, strategizing how to make Nigeria better. Says that they make bold to say that their candidate is fit as a fiddle, and that it is wrong for Peter Obi, obviously, to be using ethnicity to try to whip up sentiments in support for himself. That's me paraphrasing. Okay, let me move on now to Vanguard. No going back on opposition to same fake ticket, says Forum of Northern Christians. NNPC seals gas pipeline deal with Morocco's hydrocarbon office ECOWAS. Energy transition, Nigeria to benefit from $12 billion US fund. Kiamo's dad tribe exposes APC's plot to assassinate Obi, says Labour Party. Alleged organ harvesting, Ekwemadu asks court to dismiss Upo's suit. Insecurity, Northern Governor's monarch call for state police. Kaduna train attack, Mamu aided local and international groups, says DSS. And ASU strike, monarch orders stranded as protesting students block the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Nigeria's oil production, just statistics. So this is according to OPEC. They are saying that our oil production plunged to 972,000 barrels per day in August 2022. And Angola and Libya overtook Nigeria by producing higher volumes of crude during the review month. They said it's been going downwards. I think this started, I wanted to get the right month, but they said the oil production dropped in August, crashing below 1 million barrels per day to 972,000. Then, according to the figures by the NUPRC, it said the country's oil production dropped from 1,083,899 BPD in July to 972,394 BPD in August, while the other countries, the other African countries, overtook us. But they didn't give anything here on how we can, double up. So now that everybody's complaining of crude, some people are producing higher and we are dropping in our production.
Okay, Nima?
Yes, the Nigerian government, or through the NNPC, has sealed the gas deal a memorandum of understanding on gas pipeline project with the National Office of Hydrocarbons and Mines of Morocco and the ECOWAS Commission. So this pipeline, of course, is a 7,000-kilometer Nigeria-Morocco gas pipeline project that would not only boost the economy of countries where it is transiting, but it's also supposed to help service gas towards West Africa from Morocco and from Nigeria back, and then they're looking to subsequently move into Europe with that deal. But this is not MOU, and me, I know they like to talk about MOU. Let's see how long this project will take and the details of when it's starting and funding.
All right, so I'm pretty excited to read this story because this issue of state police has been a thorny issue in Nigeria for a while. So I was happy to read that the 19 northern state governors agreed yesterday. They had a communique that agreed to state police that they said that it's going to address the continued insecurity within their region. I thought this was good because many always felt that the conversation of state police has been stalled because we have not been able to get a consensus across within the National Assembly. So if the northern governors are agreeing, it means that they can also put pressure on their lawmakers within the National Assembly to do the same. But the meeting happened at the Hilton yesterday, and the communique was read by the chairman of the forum, that's the governor of Plateau State, Simon Bakola Long, and he explained that meeting reviewed security situation in North and matters relating to its development and resolved to support the amendment of the Constitution to accommodate establishment of state police. That's fantastic news. Okay, moving on quickly to Daily Sun. DSS links Mahmoud to local global terrorists. I think you took that story. Obi Tinubu won 2023 election, says Okoa. Military continues onslaught against terrorists in Kaduna, kills scores. ASU strike, students block Lagos Ibadan Expressway, commuters stranded. Nigeria worse off to date than 2015, says Atiku. 2023 budget, Senate opposes 6 trillion naira tax import duties waivers. Terrorism, appeal court reserves judgment in Kano's appeal. Hope rises for Ikrebado's daughter as lady offers kidney to donate to her. So what's that story?
I didn't
take the lady offering.
I wanted to take the 2023 budget.
Yeah.
So well done to the Senate Committee on Finance. We are greeting you. Thank you for doing our work. What the Senate Committee found out was that there was a proposed 6 trillion tax and import duty waivers. So people will bring in business into this country, and that amount that could accrue to our revenue, and we have revenue generation issue, is already waived.
Why?
So we have a 19.76 trillion 2023 budget, out of which we have deficit of 12.4 trillion, and we are looking to raise that money anyhow. But 6 out of it we don't wavered off. So they have directed that the Nigerian Customs Service should immediately go and do a downward review of that amount to at least 50% of those waivers, and they also directed that the Federal Inland Revenue Service keep eye on top of the matter. That's all the cocoa of the matter.
But I was thinking normally, economically, the poor should be able to pay for the rich. So if you have a massive business, the taxes you pay will also help to alienate the poor. So when you do a lot of waivers for
you mean the rich will pay for the
so
poor?
When you do a lot of waivers for the rich and then you squeeze the poor, I think this our network, they want to start collecting taxes and all that. You're squeezing the poor to get the money that you need. Why are you giving waivers right now? Yes, so I have troops of Operation Forest Sanity. That's our Nigerian troops. They said they've neutralized many bandits, dislodged many others from their camps in Kaduna State. They said they also rescued 10 kidnapped people in 2 local government areas of the state. They've been going from location to location, dislodging these people. They said that they neutralized at Chikun and Igabi local government areas. They also went ahead to different local government areas here. They said some of the bandits were camped at Pewohe in Chiku local government area. There's also another camp extended to Dakwala and Kunai Hills. So they've been, they promised that they were going to do this first launch instead of waiting for the bandits to come before they now retaliate. And they've been going there and dislodging people, getting arms and ammunition where they are camped. And I wish them all the best.
Okay, so if you recall, yesterday we took the story about Sonia Akwerimadu, who had appealed to the public generally, asking that for anybody who is willing to donate a kidney to her. I think Miriam took the story yesterday, and she said that it has to be voluntary. We can't be voluntary. You can't collect money for it. And a young lady of 24 Anastasia Olama has offered to donate her kidney to Sonia.
Wow.
I guess we still have to wait if it matches, because there's a medical procedure towards that. But she made that appeal considering all that has been happening. Her father and her mother have been incarcerated, are still in prison awaiting trial, and it's had an emotional turmoil for the entire family. And she just had to come out in public and say, listen, I need a kidney. I've been struggling since 2019 to save her life. She has this rare form of kidney disease, I think it's FSG, nephrotic syndrome, which is quite rare, and nobody in her family could give her, because if they did, they also have that same gene that she carries. So she had to.
So this Facebook donor, this Olama lady, is it real?
21. I don't know. I can't verify that, but the article says that the lady has offered.
She offered on her Facebook page that she's willing to do it to prove that women can support women. That she really feels. I hope that it is real. And I hope that
the best. So the National Association of Nigerian Students yesterday said they blocked the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in protest against the continued closure of the nation's universities and the prolonged ASU strike. And they had placards on, complaining that they are in support of ASU at the moment. The government needs to do more. And I think their spokesperson was speaking up and saying that the government needs to really be intentional about, developing the Nigerian universities, saying that in international standards, we are not even anywhere to be found. And then we have our government ministers, our leaders who send their children abroad to school. They can't even send their children to the Nigerian universities. That's why they are not focusing on it. So they decided not to leave the streets. But as at this morning, I was thinking maybe another paper would tell that they are still on the streets.
Okay, so I'll move on quickly to this day. He captured a part of the president's visit to Imo that wasn't covered in the other papers. So there was a part of the paper that says that Atiku proposes $10 billion economic stimulus. No, that's different. No, actually, so the major headline in this day is 2023, Atiku proposes $10 billion economic stimulus fund for MSMEs and unfolds blueprints, part of which is to privatize refineries, $1.55 million to revitalize them. He also said that he will remove electricity from the exclusive list, and he's going to meet Makinde, Southwest Party leaders today, to promise to help PDP to win Lagos. So campaign will start very soon, officially, I think by the end of this month, and then we know how all the various candidates will begin to tell us all their promises, and we'll see. Let Nigerians decide in the next year. Okay, that is all we can take on Front Page Review. When we come back, move on to our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day, all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your Thanks for staying with us. So last weekend, in a video obtained by Sahara reporters, Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed caused a chaotic scene during his visit to Azari town by throwing bundles of money at residents. According to Section 21346 of the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN Act 2007, clearly prohibits any form of abuse of the Nigerian currency. Now, in addition to this, we all know that many people spray money at parties during celebrations, and because of this new law, and the fact that even the EFCC has frowned against it, many try to do it as discreet as possible. You know, so even go to parties, yes, you spray, but you know that you're spraying it because you're respecting the naira, which we get. But what he was doing was on the road, throwing bundles at people, which completely contravenes this law. Now, what are your thoughts on this, especially because this is part of Nigeria's issue, when our leaders say one thing and do the exact opposite? How do we begin to remind our leaders that we are watching? You know, these things you do may affect you. What are your thoughts on this? You can call us on 08127053687, 09139076948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read the tweet. You know, sometimes you get criticized for, you know, criticizing government. But the truth is that somebody must remind you, because those around you will not tell you the truth. Somebody must constantly remind you that people are watching every single thing you do. Every step of the way. It's not like before where you do and we just, well, they're leaders and it's my turn, means I'll go and do my own. But people are judging. Yeah. You know, and this is such a critical time in the season where everything you say, you must actually ensure that you're sending the right message at all times. What are your thoughts when you saw this video? What came to mind? And how do you think we can help our leaders understand better or know better?
So one of the issues we have in this country is the fact that our leaders do not lead by examples. And if we want to progress, if we want to go further, if we want to have a country that is worthy of the citizens and the citizens that are worthy of the country, we need to start paying attention to those leaders who will lead by example. Those leaders who will not flout the rule of law because they have immunity. Those leaders who will be accountable to the people because, not just because people are watching, but because that is who they are. Leaders who have integrity is what we are going to be looking for going forward. Unfortunately, we do not have a lot of them, and that is why you see that there's a law prohibiting so and so, and then you go ahead and do it because after all, nobody can ask you questions. And tomorrow, you will see the same law officials go and pick up people who are spraying money in their own backyards because they do not have immunity. I've always said it here, that what is good for the goose is good for the gander. If you are going to be flouting the laws that you make and put in the constitution, why make them at all? Let's just know that this is a kangaroo village. Everybody can do as they like. We need to also start enforcing these laws by making sure that everybody pays for it. So till this morning, we've not heard of anybody questioning what has happened. We're just the ones talking about it. We should have people calling him out, questioning him. Why would you do such a thing? He has to answer, even though his immunity covers him, but he has to answer to some people. Who are those people who are supposed to be checking and balancing our leaders right now? What are their roles? What are they doing? What are they waiting for?
What are your media aides doing? What are they advising you? You know, I also like to link this name to the issue that I think one of our problems is implementation and sensitization. So he might not know about the law. He might not. Maybe he may not, because he's in Bauchi. He maybe not even have an idea what CBN just acted, or maybe it's the EFCC. Maybe he's clueless about it, so he's not aware. It's possible, because if you recall, there was a situation in Lagos where the commissioner of police was trying to gain entrance into an estate, and the man there, the security guard of the estate, did not allow him. Because in his own mind, he's not aware that even the license your guy even got
is from this man.
It's from this police. So because we're not aware, maybe the laws are there, but nobody is explaining and sharing and helping people to understand. Even our leaders and the people alike, nobody knows. So those of us, because we read papers every day, we know that there's a law against what he did. But maybe he doesn't know.
Let me my answer first.
I don't think he doesn't know.
Exactly.
He's the governor of Bauchi State, this chief law officer of Bauchi State. He knows very well. But because politics, the way we play it also is about, the Rankadede up north. Is a wide gap between the rich and the poor that you take advantage of politically. Have you ever seen any northern state that a nobody just rises to governorship? It's not possible. You have to be from one, they have titles and all of those things. And so he knows very well what he was doing. And he also knows the wastage that he was doing. You've created a problem up north, and I'm saying it very carefully here. A lot of their governors, their elites, have created this wide gap of poverty, and they know how to throw money at it. So enter the car, stand on the roof, and throw money at the problem.
You're hailed.
If a former governor from Lagos here went up north to Taraba, I think, or Nasarawa, where there was a flood, and he gave 50 million to assist flood victims.
And we didn't see the money.
And we didn't see the money. That one know that they know how to solve a problem. But you went on a political relevance tour drive and start throwing money at the crowd, because you know that problem of poverty that you have created, you throw money at it. So I think he knows very well the tool that they have created, and he knows how well to exploit it. But you'd expect that the CBN, even though he has immunity, let him understand it, because I know they can do that. They can say, okay, even beyond your immunity, we have notified you of a standing issue that you will answer to the moment you drop office. I don't know what they did to the former governor of Anambra State.
I've just been reminded he's actually a former senator.
Yeah.
You see?
It makes the law sleepy.
He knows very well.
Now, so we've addressed him. That was wrong. But as I said, we can see how this also happens in other areas, how people take advantage of the people and just assume, it's not Nigerians, they will get over it.
Yeah.
What was the big deal? Because this behavior, we can look at it in a way where a leader goes out, even in various areas you might not think, even might not throw bundles, but he'll just share money and they're spraying money anyhow. Is that same disrespect to the Naira? So, in my view, is that, do you think that how do we begin to change the mindset of our leaders?
Hey, now we go change their mindset.
We have to remind
Mariah, the thing is, we have disrespected ourselves so much because of this greed that we have in it. We want to quickly amass and protect ourselves. And so we in that amassing, we disrespect ourselves, our integrity, we disrespect the other person out there that we are stealing from. So things that you're supposed to use to better their life so that they will have a form of dignity, even if it's tiny like this, a semblance of dignity, you take it away from them and then you throw things at them because you have no respect for them. And trust me, the energy you give, you are going to get it back. You are disrespecting yourself. What I expect from our leaders is to look around their environment and see, what can I do for my people that will make them bless Nigeria?
Do you know that if he doesn't do that, they might think, you see, what is disrespect to you may not be disrespect to somebody else. So if he goes there and goes to see people and he doesn't do that, he might get mobbed. Say, why would our leader come and not throw money?
No, see, Morayo.
So that's their own understanding.
No. Because
generosity.
Because he has kept them in that level. So when people are in survival mode, they are animalistic. You have constantly taking away from them and everybody is struggling. So whatever you give to us, just give us the crumbs. We don't care anymore. That's the level he has put them. And the leaders who have put their people in that level should be ashamed of themselves.
Also,
they cannot rise above that level because that's where you have kept them.
Also, you want the graph. You know when you are driving through, you want to see the activity, the running after the car.
That gives you energy.
They will throw money like this. So that everybody, they are going after the money, but you want it to seem like I'm the most popular. You know, people should go and reach Achebe's man of the people. You see this thing, you don't
absolutely.
Our politicians know how to play the man of the people thing. You go into any area, you just be doing like this, so that when they have needs, they come to you, then you know how to do that exchange when you need to appoint and reappoint. And this thing is so painful. We just came from Singapore and you were talking about how the government controls the resources to ensure that there's a balance of wealth.
Spread across.
It's spread across. The poorest person can still have dignity in his life and dignity in his labor. Right now, everybody's looking, let me just get into politics. Let me just tip my own first. You know, let me just tip my own first. We'll deal with the consequences later. Because it seems like these people, when they get there, they can get a pardon, or you know, they can know people in the corridors.
Our friend that came back yesterday.
My sister.
You can forgive your enemies. You can forgive those people. You can forgive.
It looks fresh.
You know, the realities of this no consequences makes it so enticing to be on the wrong side, and we made all the wrong things enticing here.
I think that's all we can take on this topic because I don't even know what else to say. But we'd like to open our phone lines to hear our viewers. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll continue this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join Thanks for staying with us. You say, on this matter, I'm one of those that advocate that there's nothing wrong in spraying people at parties. Me, I know it's against the law. I know that, and I know there's still a debate ongoing about that, because I feel there's beauty in going to somebody's party, they're dancing, and you hear one see. How do you say hear one see in English?
You honor them.
And you honor them. You know, and you just, other than
a form of culture.
It's for me, it's a culture, and I love it, and I think it's beautiful. But I don't like the idea of stepping on the naira. Maybe somebody should be available to pick up the naira for you and take it. So that means we're dancing, we're having a good time. Like today, I'm going to spray the person at the party. Absolutely. But I would not step on the naira. That I don't agree.
Yeah.
But
how do you avoid it?
This one is because you assign.
You just open another table.
No, you assign people to pick up for you. Once you drop
Why do you want to put it on the ground and pick it up?
No, the beauty of it, when I throw it at you, you are dancing.
Well, there's a thing it does.
There's a premise I'm building.
There's a thing it does for you who puts it on the ground.
Yes, you feel a certain way.
No.
What's the feeling?
For me, the ground, I don't want it on the ground.
Okay.
I want it on my chest.
Yeah, but what's the feeling you get when you spray?
On my chest. I feel like I'm honoring you. You're being honored. You're dancing and you deserve the money I'm giving you.
How do you feel? You feel
I'm
good.
Feeling good that I'm giving you money. It's a culture.
You feel like you have arrived.
Don't pick it on the floor. Okay. Don't let it spill. Don't be wet. Don't ask them. I don't like that.
I get it.
So I can that. So for me, I don't want to be hypocritical because I know it's not really right. But when you just indiscriminately go for a campaign or go to maybe Mushin or go somewhere and see the boys and just say, hey, I just start throwing at them. That for me is wrong. So how do we define disrespecting the naira?
So there are two different scenarios. Yeah, the spraying money to a friend at a party is a form of culture that we have, and nobody is stampeding to pick up the money. We don't have people losing lives in weddings and celebrations by picking up the money. Do you understand? So you spray to the person, they have people around who are picking up that money. That's even sensible. That's a part of our culture. You know, we are naturally flamboyant and we like to show the little we have had. Even if we have borrowed the money to spray, it's nobody's business. That's
what the focus of the conversation.
That's part of it. I'm just, laying that. But the idea of throwing the money to the people, and everybody is dragging. People lose lives in this sort of campaigns. People are stepped on. People suffocate. But because they are in that survival mode, we just have to get something from this person. This is somebody who has taken everything that we have, whatever we can get from this national cake, anyhow we see it. That's where the crux of the matter is, and that is what we should begin to address. The people that are collecting this money, look at yourself, and you won't blame them. Some of them need this money to even buy malaria drugs. Some need this money to cater for their family. Some have not eaten. So you don't blame them, because that is the level that they are in. The problem is, how do we get them out of that level so that they will see the disrespect? Because we're that's unstable now.
Wait, good morning from Abulegba. Are you there?
Yeah.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Hello.
You're live.
What I want to tell you people is that these people are criminals. The criminality mentality is in them. They say the masses are slaves. That is why they keep treating us as slaves. I keep telling people, all these politicians, they are like a slave to us that we send to work to go and work for us. We are the people fooling ourselves, that we turn ourselves to slave to them. It's just as if you have an house help at home that you send something to go and do for you. That is what they have to us. And all the areas, all the offices in Nigeria is naturally corrupt. When you talk about the oil sector, there are corruption everywhere. Don't be disappointed if I even tell you that if
Okay, we lost way. Okay, so I was going to when she was talking. There's the issue of the people, but I want us to talk up to the leaders, because a leader. If I interview a leader and I say, why did you do that? He will say, if I give it to their oga, it won't get to them. If I give it to the head of the Bala will chop 80% and distribute soup. If I throw it at them, they know that I actually gave them. You know, so there are different levels of corruption. That people will not say, I have to show that I am here for you. So how do you
in 2006 or 2007 at a convocation in Lasso, I've seen money being thrown at the crowd, and not everybody that rushed in pick money.
Of course.
In fact, some people they match you.
They will match you.
So I just stood and said, in my life, never will this ever be me, because some of my friends came out and their fingers and everything was scarred, and they picked nothing. So this is not a way to reach the people. If you say that you cannot reach Bala, the better thing is, as Bisi was talking, spraying money is at your friends. One has dignity, the other one lacks it.
Yeah.
The other one does not even have any form of dignity. Why not, if one of them had an health issue and he can access any hospital where he will get treated, why would he go and scamper for maybe at the end of the day 500 naira, one note, pata, if he struggle
if it's not torn?
You know, that he will pick. All the notes would have been matched. Some people would have gotten more injuries than the money that they picked up. One certainly has no form of dignity. And a right-thinking leader, who God has blessed with privilege of opportunity and position, would be the one who will say, this will not be how my people will get their daily feed.
True.
There was one governor in the southwest, in Ekiti, I will not mention his name, who was owing salaries for so long. When December now came, he now say, all teachers, all of you come and collect this amount for Christmas money as Christmas clothes. So all your children deserve Christmas. And the teachers, all of them shouted, hey! It's a kitty. It's a kitty. I'm coming to Edo. I'm coming to Edo. Somebody lashed Edo yesterday, and the person was more than 10% accurate, because we will not get anything with Buhari one commission. You know, but that's another. You know, it's just so painful. And the people thought that, you know, that governor giving them Christmas goods at the end of the year was doing something good. At least you know, and they spoke in their dialect and they praised them, and I was wondering,
wow,
if those teachers were constantly paid their salaries, some of them, if not all of them, will be right thinking and remove 10%,
and save for the Christmas.
And normally, like our parents used to do, when it's Christmas, you get new clothes for your kids. No governor need to give you 10 kobo for that.
Let me take this call from Alabi from Niger State. Good morning, Alabi. Are you there? Hello, Alabi. You're live. I think I lost that call. So there was another governor. Is it Kwara State? Because I remember this time when my brother went there, and he was a former governor, and he didn't do the throwing around. People become a rank daily to come and collect, and they'll go on their knees and you give them.
That one makes more sense.
So my question is, what's the difference? One I throw,
that one inherited his own.
So, because we are saying integrity. No, that was a line of collect your own pass. Which one is
it's
right?
Not good. If you put something that, let's understand the history of
exactly. Give us.
You see that particular Kwara governor, his father used that same means as his humanity means to reach out to the poor.
Okay.
He inherited it, but he when we go school past Papa Sef, he didn't do better. The father was even more in his time, more forward thinking than he was. Yeah. Because those women who would go out to receive their own every week use it to meet needs that they attested to. You now consider your own humanitarian, you now call it Yarubo something. We know the people you are talking about. You, Mora, let's just move forward.
Yeah, you have a call?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So there's nothing wrong in gifting. Giving to the people, but don't rob Peter to people. Don't steal from them and go behind and now give them the crumbs after you have enjoyed everything you have stolen. You know, on top of it,
you're picking the pick money from
exactly on top. You just give them the crumbs. So yeah, make una take this one. You know, crumbs from the table. When you surround the king's table, whatever falls is what you get. That is what you do to your people when you have no respect for yourself and that people. So what I want to say is, we need to start holding our government to the things they are meant to do. We don't want the dashing money and throwing money. Imagine if he had thrown that money and everybody just looked at it, hissed, and walked away. Tomorrow he will not repeat it.
Abi?
But because he knows the level of the people, he has deliberately, peradventure, let it not look like I'm judging one person, deliberately kept those people there so that they will continually collect whatever crumbs he does. The Nigerian people need to stand up and say, we don't pick money on the streets anymore. Throw your money, we tear it and we walk away. Or we leave it there and walk away. That's how we can get our respect back. And also, when these sort of laws are being flouted, whoever you are, one of the things I heard when I went to Singapore is the fact that they will prosecute you for the slightest crime. Everybody's on their toe. They don't chew gum. They don't chew gum in that country. They don't chew gum in that country. That's how bad it is. They will prosecute you for the slightest thing you do. They will hang you. Are we ready to go to that extent to be able to get the... No, I'm just saying. I am just saying.
I hear you.
Are we ready?
What I'm saying, no, we're not ready.
We're not ready.
No, what I'm saying is that I have said it before, and I'll keep saying it, that maybe we're not ripe for this democracy.
I don't think we are, yeah.
Because this hanging has been abolished in many democratic nations. Because they feel like, hey, we were now, many hanging have been abolished. And I say, hanging has been abolished in many democratic nations because they feel that, not death penalty, there are different ways of killing people.
Yeah.
The death penalty is different. Yeah. The hanging has been abolished because we are now more refined and there are better ways of doing things.
Are we refined?
I'm saying that the democracy we have in this country, if we modify it to our own standard, we're not refined.
Yes, why not?
So we need to go back. Somebody must feel like somebody's going to hang me.
Yeah.
Something will happen because we need Nigerians, some Nigerians to understand the gravity of every tiny little thing that you do, how it affects everybody else.
Yes, then when we get to that level, we cannot begin to soft pedal.
I don't want to say this thing.
We begin to soft pedal.
I'll come to you, Nima. Let me take this call. I think Adam. Good morning. Are you there? Oh, Hassan, you're live. Go ahead,
Somebody
please.
was waiting for his call.
Oh, okay.
Hassan, are you there? Hello, Hassan, you're live. We're having issues with our phone line.
Okay, Andrew says, I'm waiting for Hassan from Lekki to hear what he
he's actually online, but we're having issues with our phone line.
Sadly, Orala Keo says, when there are no consequences for wrong things, they escalate into the worst behaviors. The laws of the land are for the poor, but the politicians and the rich are above the law, and at the end, we debate the topic while they laugh at us because they own the laws. Well, so depressing. Mohammed Adama says, and you're a bigger problem for generalizing Bala Mohammed's foolish act to the north, booming immaturity on display. But I disagree. I would establish why. So there was a time when it was the norm for people from the Akwa Ibom state and Calabar state to be known as maids.
Yeah.
And then one governor came.
And he
did a my people come back home dignity arrangement for his people, where you saw all indigenes of that state returning home, free education from primary to secondary. His agenda was to return dignity to his people. I'm trying to remember who was governor at the time. I think it was immediately when we returned to democratic rule that this happened. Or the second term. I'm trying to remember who was governor, so I don't give honor to who is not due. But that governor, you will see their bosses. They had their aqua park. You know, a lot. It was a visionary leader, and it happened that today you will still see a few of them, but it's
not as much.
It was not as much as that time.
Yeah.
There was a time when it was known in my state that everybody was going to Italy.
Are they still not going?
And they did something about it. And it reduced.
Yeah.
It reduced drastically. And so that's what we expect, that we don't want to turn up at Kano Street in Ebute Metta, and it is a particular ethnicity that is there. It's not like there are no elites in that place whose intention is to change their people.
They have.
The former emir of Kano came out publicly and he was criticized when he said, turn the mosque to schools. The mosque open only 5 times a day. We cannot continue to close it after prayers. Open it and make it schools instead of schools. And his own people criticized him. So when we talk about these things, we cannot be shy. When we want to face problem, you face the problem. So if the problem is your own, look into your body and insult yourself. Before you consider it an insult that somebody has spoken.
I agree.
What Bala Mohammed did is what most politicians up north would do when they face their people. Except for maybe the one in Bonu. I think the person in Bonu, the governor in Bonu, I have not seen. But just a few of them. And this mentality, this gap is just so wide.
I think it's across board. So many they're doing campaign especially. Many governors across board do it. But I think others have begun to change their ways, because if you're going to give money to somebody to go and share, but I guess I said,
why are they sharing money?
Why are they sharing money? Simple.
Give us food, make it accessible.
It's easy to say that.
Make it accessible.
I have a few political. My brother is a politician, and he will tell you sometimes if you go somewhere and you don't share money, you might not leave that place alive. Because you're right. The state at which you put them, I get that. But we're already in that state.
Okay.
If you go to certain places and you don't drop, either they slash your tires, either they break your glasses, something happens to you.
Yeah, but there's a root cause.
Why you can't fix that? It's not that outing that will fix that.
Exactly. So leave the outing. So I understand that.
It's not only politicians. If we kids.
Exactly.
If you come Ibeshe or Two-Face,
they will tear him apart.
Here, the boys in the area will say, "No, be from here you come out. You're not going to recognize boys."
Simple.
So there are ways you recognize boys. You can start a talent hunt and say, "Okay, these boys, all of you, this is what I want for you people." But you speak to them. So it's not about only politicians. People have that mentality, and we must restore our people's dignity to say, no, this is not the way we will feed. You don't feed your child by throwing bread on the road now. How will you now say throwing bread on the road for another person's child is okay? You must return people's dignity so that they themselves will say, no, I will not eat like this, like a goat. I will walk away from that food.
So the average
we must put
Nigerian,
dignity back in the lives of our people.
Do we still have time?
We have to run. But I like where we've ended, which is dignity back. And you said respect. So we're saying the same thing. Give dignity back to the people. Respect them. We must earn that respect back. And our leaders must show respect to the people by not throwing money at us. Do the roads, do the infrastructure.
Give us electricity.
Even want to give us money, which Nigerians, let's not fake it. Nigerians want money. But do it right. Don't do it disrespectfully by throwing it at us. Do it properly. I think that we can end with that.
Okay.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, move on to our Let's Talk. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
All I do is win. I wake up, I win. I close my...
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Flash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Come closer. A little bit more.
Thanks for staying with us. So joining to discuss the cyber security amongst young people is a multiple award-winning cybersecurity advisor for boards and business organizations. He's one of the youngest persons to get invited to the Forbes Technology Council and has over 11 international recognized professional IT certifications. Welcome with us, Dr. Fene Osakwe. Good morning, Dr. Fene. Are you there?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Good, good. So before we even get so into this conversation on cybersecurity, one of the most prevalent issues people have is their phones, which is like the access way for many people into their accounts and their emails and all that. Let's start with the common one that we hear, that when your phone is stolen, what's the first thing you do to avoid people getting into your accounts, into your email and your information and all your data? What's the first thing you must do?
All right. So thank you for having me, and good morning again. I think, probably you even step back before it is stolen. What have you put in place? Okay. So security really comes in layers. I would always say, and this is best practice now, that there's something called multi-factor authentication. What that means is that you create a layer above your regular password. Okay, so for example, to log into your internet banking, you put in your password, but then there's a token that comes. Okay, that's now multi-factor. So that's another layer. So even if someone gets access to your password, they need your token. Okay, so that's an extra layer. So most times, for your WhatsApp, for example, you will see a couple of times WhatsApp is bringing these options for you to be able to create, a multi-factor. Your emails, I don't want to call the names, but any of the big email brands, okay, they ask you to set up some of these things, but some of us are not too concerned. But those are actually the things that help protect your information if they get to the wrong hands.
Okay, sir. So there's also another trend of people hacking into your social media accounts. I've seen a lot of people who've lost their accounts and some are not able to get it back. What are some of the things that we can begin to do when people ask for certain information? For instance, you go on this website and then they're asking for this and that, and before you realize it, they've used it to hack one of your social media accounts. How can
your house is clean, your kitchen is neat? There are certain things about cyber hygiene that we just need to take seriously. But talking about social media, people get into your social media accounts and people's accounts get hacked and all these type of things, and different sites are asking for different things. In the world today, okay, the biggest, and this is with empirical data now, the number one trend in terms of how people get or steal your credentials, okay, is called phishing. And phishing in very basic terms is really someone trying to fake like they are a trusted party and then try to get your personal information from you. Most of the times it happens through emails, okay? So you see something like click on this link in order to change your password. Sometimes this is coming from a website you have nothing to do with. Sometimes this is coming from a bank that you actually do not even bank with. Sometimes it carries the name of your bank, but if you look closer at the email, you would see that what we call the domain name has probably changed. So sometimes we see things like, instead of .com, for example, bankabc.com, you see things like bankabc.com. Okay, fine. There are now security solutions that a lot of organizations have invested in at the corporate level that help detect those things. But just as a regular user going on, you need to be very careful what you click on, because there's another threat called clickjacking. And what clickjacking is it's a transparent frame that is put on a website that deliberate to steal your credentials when you click on it. So you think that you're liking a picture, but there's a transparent object that is there that you can't see, that once you click on it, it steals your credential. And most times this is how, online, our people, we lose our credentials without knowing, or things like that. So organizations and individuals now need to do some sort of investment to make sure that your systems have some tools and some intelligence to be able to prevent and detect some of those things.
What difference does this square-looking code thing that you just, once you take a picture of it with your phone, what's it called again?
To scan? To
scan, yes. To scan that code thing, what difference does it bring into this whole entire frame?
Was that QR code?
Your QR code, yes.
And so it doesn't bring, it doesn't necessarily bring any difference. So for example, if I send you a QR code that probably is to lead you to what we call a malicious site, right? Which is a site where the objective is really to steal your credentials or something. Just going to the website itself may not be a problem. The challenge is, and many times these things are to exploit greed. The challenge is when you scan the code and get there, and you're seeing something like impute your card details to be able to access XYZ, then, at that point, they are going to steal your credentials. I got an email 2 days ago from someone saying that their mother just died in the US, and she left an inheritance of over $100 million.
Why are you telling me?
And that she left it for him. Sorry?
So why is the person giving you that information? Are you the cousin?
Let me learn with the story. Exactly. So this is good because immediately you're not greedy, right? So that's why you think so. So the person's mother left me $100 million in the story, and this is just the modus operandi of these people. The first thing they try to exploit is your greed. So yes. So and the danger with some of these clicks is, while some of them, as soon as you click on them, like a lot of the big ones that we hear about across the world, as soon as you click on some of these things, it has the capability to steal your username and password. A lot more of them, they direct you to a website where they now tell you to impute your username and password. And the moment you do that,
Dr. Kenneth, many of us, I mean, we have a fair idea that